So welcome back. So let's continue our discussion on problem set number 1, and this is question number 4 in problem set 1. Okay, so let's start solving this problem. So if G is a simple graph with at least 2 vertices, prove that G must contain 2 or more vertices of the same degree. So before proving this statement, let me go through one or two examples to get an understanding of this particular statement. So let's consider a graph with 2 vertices, a null graph with 2 vertices, and let's look into the degree of each vertex. So degree of this vertex is 0, this vertex is 0. So we can see that this simple graph satisfies the condition in the statement. Okay, so we have 2 vertices having the same degree. Okay, let me take the same graph and introduce an edge between those vertices. Okay, so now we can see that the degree of this vertex is 1 and the degree of this vertex is 1. So again we can see that we can find at least 2 vertices of the same degree. Okay, so let's consider another graph. Again we are dealing with a simple graph here, and let's look into the degree of each vertex. The degree of this is 1, degree of this vertex is 3, 2, 2. Okay, so again we can see that we have at least 2 vertices of the same degree. Okay, let's look into another graph. Okay, let the graph be something like this. Okay, now we can see that the degree of this vertex is 1, the degree of this vertex is 3, and the degree of this vertex is 2. So now we have a graph with different degrees for each vertex. But the thing is that this graph is not a simple graph. Okay, so it has these multiple edges. Okay, but the thing is that we are dealing with what is called simple graph. Okay, so we can get rid of these kind of graphs and concentrate on only simple graph. Okay, so here for these 3 examples we can see that it satisfies with this statement. So it is not a proof for the statement. So let's look into the general proof for this particular statement. Okay, okay, so the proof is by contradiction. So we assume that all the vertices have different degree and we arrive at a contradiction. Okay, let's see how that can be done. Okay, so suppose that the n vertices all have different degree. Okay, then the degree set must be something like 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Okay, because 0 is the least possible degree, then we can have vertices of degree 1, and the maximum possible degree is n minus 1. And since we are dealing with a simple graph with n vertices and our assumption is that all have different degrees, then this set must contain all the possible degrees starting from 0, 1 up to n minus 1. Okay, let me call this degree set D. So because of our assumption we can see that the cardinality of D is equal to n. Okay, so the first vertex will have say degree 1, second may have degree 5, and the third may have degree n minus 1, okay, and so forth. The thing is that all the vertices have different degree. So this set D must contain all possible degrees starting from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, but we can easily see that this is not possible. But we can see that this is not possible. So let me give an argument why this is not possible. So the vertex with degree n minus 1 would have to be adjacent to all other vertices. For example, suppose that this is the vertex with degree n minus 1 and we have another n minus 1 vertices here, and since this vertex has degree n minus 1, it must be connected to all these n minus 1 vertices. And among these n minus 1 vertices we have that 0 degree vertex as well. With a lot of generality, assume that this vertex is the one with degree 0. So that is going to give us the contradiction. So we can immediately see that the one with degree 0, it cannot be adjacent to any vertex. So that says the vertex with degree 0 must not be adjacent to any vertex. That's why it has degree 0. But if you have a situation something like this, we can see that this vertex is adjacent to the degree 0 vertex as well, and degree 0 vertex is adjacent to this vertex as well. So we have this contradiction. So that says we cannot have the 0 and n minus 1 degree at the same time. So that says our degree set must be of this form 0, 1 to n minus 2, or if we have a vertex of degree 0, or D must be of this form 1, 2 up to n minus 1. So if you have the situation something like this, so here we can see that the cardinality of D is n minus 2 plus 1, which is n minus 1. And we have n vertices, and if you look into the degrees of these n vertices, and the possible number of degree is n minus 1. So that says at least 2 must have the same degree. Again, if this is the situation, again we can see that the cardinality of D is n minus 1 and the cardinality of V is n, and all the vertices cannot have different degree, because since we have only n minus 1 possible degrees and n vertices. So the argument is based on what is called the pigeonhole principle. If we have n pigeons and n minus 1 pigeonholes, and if all the n pigeons want to occupy the pigeonholes, then at least one pigeonhole must contain more than one pigeons. So this is the argument, and this is the proof for that statement. Okay, so let's move to our next problem. So this is problem number 5 in problem set 1. So prove that in a meeting of at least 6 people, there are always 3 that are mutually know each other or mutually friends, or 3 that are mutually do not know each other, okay, or strangers. Okay, so let me go and show that this particular statement is correct. So in order to prove this particular statement, okay, we start by proving another statement, and then we will use that statement to prove this one. Okay, so we start by proving. So we proving this statement. If G is a graph with at least 6 vertices, then either G or G complement has a vertex of degree at least 3. Okay, so in order to prove this statement, we first prove this statement, then we will use this statement to prove the original problem. So let me read the statement once more. If G is a graph with at least 6 vertices, then either G or G complement has a vertex of degree at least 3. Okay, so let's prove this substatement. Okay, then once we are done with this, we will use that to show the solution for the original one. Okay, so let V equal to VE be a graph, and assume that the cardinality of V is greater than or equal to 6. Okay, and let V element of capital V be a vertex of maximum degree capital delta. Okay, so we can see that if delta is greater than or equal to 3, then V is the vertex that we are looking for. Okay, else if capital delta is less than 3, then this particular vertex V has degree greater than or equal to 3 in G complement. Okay, so that's it. So we proved this statement. If G is a graph with at least 6 vertices, then either G or G complement has a vertex of degree at least 3. Okay, so once we are done with the proof of that substatement, okay, we will use this proof to prove the original one. Okay, so let me prove the original statement. Okay, so now let's consider an edge UV element of E in G, and suppose that this edge UV represents this relation person U knows person B. Okay, so here I am going to use this edge to represent a relation something like this. So if there is an edge E in G and that edge shows this relation, person U knows person V. Okay, so now what I can do is without loss of generality, so it means without loss of generality, so in subsequent lectures if I write WLOG, it means without loss of generality. Okay, without loss of generality, consider the case where G has a vertex V of degree 3. Okay, so by the above substatement we have something like this. If you have a graph with at least 6 vertices, then G complement will have a vertex of degree at least 3. So without loss of generality, assume that this vertex V has degree 3. Okay, so next what we are going to do is we are going to look at the neighbors V1, V2, V3 of V. Okay, so since V is assumed to have degree 3, so it has 3 neighbors. Okay, let them be say V1, V2 and V3. Okay, so now we can see that if any two of them are connected, okay, something like this, we have our vertex V of degree 3 and the adjacent vertices are V1, V2 and V3. So if any two of them are connected, suppose that V1 and V2 are connected, okay, if they are connected, then we get a triangle. Okay, in this case we have this triangle V1, V1, V2, or maybe another triangle. If V2 and V3 are connected, we have one more triangle V2, V3. So we only need one. Okay, so if this is the case, then we have these 3 people representing these vertices V1, V2 know each other. Okay, so if that is not the case, we get, so that means we have this situation, we have this vertex V and so V is adjacent to V1, V2, V3, and suppose that okay, neither V1, V2 or V3 are connected to each other. Okay, then we get the triangle V1, V2, V3. So this is in G, and if you consider G dash, so since there is no edge between V1 and V2, V1 and V3 and V2 and V3, so in G bar we will have this triangle V1, V2, V3. Okay, so if that is not the case, then we get the triangle V1, V2, V3 in G bar, and that corresponds to those 3 people do not know each other. So, and that's it, and that's the proof. Okay. And we are going to continue problem set 1 in the next video. Okay, see you next time.